What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone had a lovely day after Super Bowl. Philly won. Glad about that. I know that's like not what I normally say, but I told y'all, like anybody that was on my Instagram yesterday, know I left Patrick and Kelsey behind over there with the president. I decided I wasn't going to go with them this week, but that's another conversation. Today, we're here for Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's the second part of the reunion, Lord Jesus, and we're going to be done after this next week. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, drop down in the comments, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you know I was over here, with something to say. So this part of the reunion resumes with Melanie and Kimmy yelling at each other. And I feel like this. I feel like Melanie is very passive aggressive. And the way she sat up there at that meetup with Kimmy going, no, I'm not going to talk about that. I get why Kimmy was pissed off. I just don't know why she's this angry, especially after Mel, put on her live that they had a conversation. Apparently, Kimmy was not over it. She came to the reunion to turn up and snap at Mel, I guess, to what, solidify her part next season, girl. I think it's funny how Kimmy sits over here in judgment of Destiny, talking about how she doesn't open up and show herself. And Kimmy, you're not opening up and showing yourself. You seems like you're covering yourself and that fathead husband of yours. But here we are, hollering and screaming and foaming at the mouth because you're upset at Mel for saying this man had lipstick on his mugshot. This man is saying he was traveling. He didn't say he was traveling with his car into a pole, allegedly under the influence. Y'all are bugging, Kimmy and Maurice over there. So they're going back and forth. And like I said, let's don't act like this show every season since Mel and Martell, marriage imploded in front of our very eyes. And then Carlos has been like on a mad chase for, another story about cheating husbands and loyal wives that'll do anything for, stand by your man and stuff. I don't know this narrative that he has of what marriage looks like, but if we're not getting it, the real deal, because everything here on this show is based solely on what happened on the internet while they weren't filming. Kimmy, your man got arrested while we weren't filming. And then when you started filming, you came over here and said, well, you didn't come home last night. I woke up and checked my timeline and blah, blah, blah. We know that, now they're adding little extra stuff to, the story. But, basically the story is this Maurice left black in a separate car from his wife and never made it home. And at some point during his traveling, his car met up with a pole and the cops got involved. And then there were handcuffs and things, and the man was down to the precinct taking mug shots with pinkish lips. Now, I don't know that it was a rumor before, but once Mel pointed it out, girl, Mel did not disparage his reputation. Mel was being messy. Kimmy is always messy. So, I guess what they say, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Kimmy feels like that when she went over to Mel to have that discussion, Mel wouldn't discuss things. But when it's them and they have to have a meeting with HR, they feel like they have to discuss things with Mel or they're going to be in trouble. When I say they, I mean Tisha too, because that's what it looks like. When we start every season, you have to have a sit down with Mel. Mel went around and had a whole sit down with everyone. Good thing is next season, you won't have to worry about that. So I hope your ass is entertaining, Kimmy. Wonder what your husband's going to do next? That's how things play out. I don't really think they found no resolve in that. I don't know, Carlos just sat there enjoying watching Kimmy and Mel go at it. And, it is what it is. Mel is passive aggressive. Maurice think about a bag of snot. And Kimmy is going to stand by her man. Moral to that story. Melody and Miss Nell. So, Miss Nell, Chris Fletcher, you guys are not mentors. Y'all are over here in your feelings like y'all clocked in and, had appointments made and checks were written for your, skills and services. You are okay. Back at Mel's house, when she was running around in a circle and giggling and acting silly, that was rude and hurtful. And so Nell's feelings was hurt. But Nell, you are not like a mentor. If you left your mom aside to go talk to Mel, that's something on you. That sounds crazy. And for me, as if I have a friend, I have friends that are much younger than me. If they need like a friend to talk to and they're asking me just simply because I have more life experience than them, I can share my knowledge and what I've been through. That don't make me their damn mentor. For me, a mentor is somebody who wants to, study to be a hairstylist and they follow behind me until I show them the ropes enough for them to fly on their own. To me, that's mentoring. If I was somebody's mentor, Mel and Chris, they can't even handle their own family to be mentoring somebody else. And good Lord, whatever y'all was over there doing with Martell didn't work. I don't know what you were telling him, Chris Fletcher, down to the gym while y'all were hooking up people on Instagram, but I don't know like what the mentoring part looks like. And I feel like, Nell, like, based on the way we seen Nell, Miss Nell, based on the way we see Miss Nell fly off the handle because her room didn't have a name tag on it, I don't know that she's mentally capable to be mentoring anyone. She's a bit of a what do you call it? You know how a pressure cooker. She's a bit of a pressure cooker. She be in there stirring and boiling. And it took her 6 weeks to get over Mel making fun of her in the kitchen. When really she could have been like, bitch, it ain't funny. While she was sitting in the kitchen. And they could have had that real conversation in the moment. Miss Nell, you're not a mentor. Mel, Mel, Mel is right. She has a mother. She has her minister, whatever church she go to, whatever thing. She's got a therapist, and I bet you that therapist get a whole ass check, Miss Manel. Just say you're being her friend. And it's not fair for you to like put that on her talking about I left my dying mother to come, sit with you and mentor you. Stop it. And then Marceau. And then Marceau is over there trying to tell her, like, just take it into Miss Dell. Y'all are trying to pressure her into accepting something that's absolutely not true. Miss Nell is my older friend. That's all she is. If she left her dying mother, that's on her. Why would you do that? You're not going to put that on me. And her kids have already told her this. Her kids have already told her how she don't make sense. She don't listen. She just be popping off. I don't know that a pop off makes a good mentor. Let's get to this, child, because I guess that's what this part of the reunion was supposed to be about. I won't be here long. Delusional Destiny from the storage unit is over here sitting in this red dress, and all I can focus on is her weird decolletage. I don't know, like, ladies, we all have different breasticles, and we have to figure out what flatters them the most. And it doesn't matter what size it is. Like when you put on a dress, dresses are hard because you got, to consider waist and thighs and all these things. I'm talking from a designer's perspective, but when you have breastises, you have to figure out where to stick them in your dress. Some dresses don't make them look right. And I don't want to hear about her last minute situation. Destiny can miss me with how her stylist was over there, you know. Ooh, did they steal her dress for she can be wearing the same color as Sunny? That's funny. I don't know, but whatever it wasn't a flattering look. This is the thing about Destiny. She doesn't look flattering in most of the things that she put on. So this is just another example of Destiny's bad fashion, which is probably the most interesting thing she had going over here. We were talking about, they give this whole flashback reel of Destiny's moments on the show. There wasn't none. She didn't have any moments except for the parts where Sunny was there. We didn't talk about her mugshot. That would be her opening up. That would be her opening up, sitting down with Tisha, that's supposed to be her friend, or Martell, who can relate about how she felt down to the police station with a mugshot being taken. Instead of putting them on them t-shirts and mugs and things, like I want a picture of Destiny's mugshot on my t-shirt, girl. That's her business sense. She talking about how she this time I'm back and I'm feeling more vulnerable. What did Destiny give us that was vulnerable? Because I didn't see no more vulnerability in her now. I think I seen a bunch of bullshit, like always. Like Lance, for instance. Is Destiny in a relationship with Lance? No. How many relationships do she be have going on at the same time? Destiny said Lance was always, they were always attracted to each other. It's been years, that they've been noticing each other, except he had two wives that he was married to 2 years at a time. I don't know, 2020 and 2019. I don't like to do their timelines. All I'm saying is the man had two wives, and I'm under the impression that he has a couple few kids too. I don't know how many, and I think one of them is very small. Seems like I heard he just had a baby. So it sounds like he was out here finding somebody cute too. I don't know if him and Destiny, what I don't know their timeline. But she said it's been some years that she's been attracted to Lance, except when was then you with this man, Moses, who was in and out of jail for the last 19, 20 years and is very currently sitting up in somebody's incarceration. Destiny, the way you and Martell sit over there all grinned up behind the scenes, I feel like he's been there the whole time. Then there's LeBerick, who's your baby daddy. What you Destiny be having a lot of crossover and things. That would be the vulnerability. Since you got text messages and things, Destiny, to pull up on Sunny, pull up some of them timelines of when you was doing what with LeBerick and Moses, and I guess sometimes Lance, and definitely Martell. For goodness sakes. They bring out Sunny. Like I said, Sunny is wearing the same color dress as Destiny, so they both sitting up there in red long gowns. Sunny has on way too many bundles for them light edges. And I feel like they went over here and found this man Moses, who, is coming out of the penitentiary with a whole lot of mandingo going on, whipping the peel around. Destiny, claims to be a businesswoman. She's on a TV show, so he don't know. I'm refused to believe that Moses is any kind of smart. I might be wrong, but I'm not believing it. And so he thought Destiny had business, and then when he got out, he found out her business was not businessing. She wouldn't be able to fly back and forth to see him because she don't have no money, and I don't know what kind of money she thought he was gonna have since he'd been out of jail all these years. So he ain't a baller. According to Destiny, I broke up with him before they were even a thing. So then why do you care this much? It doesn't make sense. I would be like, oh, okay, Sunny is tacky. She ain't my real friend. I don't really have to fool with her like that, like that. I see how she moves, but I don't mess with him like that either. So why are we mad, Destiny? You were on the internet talking about my son. Girl, shut up. We all said it. We was all wondering what had happened, why the Barrack left you so fast. And all of us sat up here was like, I wonder, is it Martell's baby? I think that they're all scamming each other because Sunny nor Moses. Moses, Sunny, girl, as much as you like to throw your ring up and claim he's your husband, but here you sit by yourself on this sofa because he can't be there because he's currently incarcerated. This is your prize. He's a lifetime criminal. He needs to attach himself to a woman who's going to be able to do some things. And so you, being a producer on this show, was the perfect little situation for him to get himself into. Everybody's looking at how Sunny met Moses at this birthday dinner. Moses was the one scoping out the scene because Destiny wasn't working out. He had to come to a plan B. So he hooked up with Sunny from St. Louis, like him. They've been at family things before. They've seen each other around. It must be love, child. So they matrimonied themselves to each other, only for Sonny and him to come back over here to Huntsville and antagonize Destiny, who wasn't on the show until they came over here. So Destiny was in the last episode talking about giving the lady motion. Like I said, the motion happens when both of y'all move. And then what are you really going to do? Like if she's not there, and you don't have nothing like, nobody, no relationship, who else in Huntsville can you pretend is your boyfriend? You don't want to outsource Destiny. And we are not about to sit in that storage with you and your card table and a marker, what you call it, a Sharpie, writing your name on the sides of candles. Destiny accused Melanie of bringing Sonny on the show, and stop it. That was all Carlos. I think we all know that was Carlos. He's the messy one. He's sitting up here dogging your ass, saying you lose men like earrings. He's implying that you was like trying to sneak up on Lance while you still had a man. And I mean, the timeline is blurry, so I can't say nothing. I'm just saying that was all Carlos. You know that. He the one that gave that lady a job, not Melanie. Melody. And I'm like, y'all sat here on this couch, Melody and not Melody, Destiny and Sonny going back and forth over social media posts and podcasts. Girl, this is what Destiny brought us. That's it. That's all. Carlos asked her, what did he ask her? Do she spend a lot of time with Martell during the break? And she says she spent a lot of time with everyone. That's not the question, girl. Do you and Martell be spending time? Because it seems like it. So there's this clip of the deleted portion of the show where Destiny accuses Melody and Martell of grooming her. I'm not going to play the video, but I'm going to let y'all listen to it.
Could have been involved in a threesome between Martell, Melody, and you. Did Martell and Melody proposition you for a threesome?
I wouldn't say it was a proposition. It was just a lot of conversations about certain things and acts that have happened, and yeah.
Is that true, Melody?
I don't know.
I can't recall nothing. Why are you smiling from ear to ear to you? I'm smiling. No, I see.
You don't have to elaborate because I don't know. You know the conversation.
Destiny, Melody would like you to elaborate because she has no idea what you're talking about.
One of the conversations I will address is.
There's been more than one?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
That there would have been more openness to a threesome had Martell stopped cheating with.
That's a lie straight from hell. That's a lie. No.
Did you on your back porch? That conversation was had at your house.
A threesome between the three of y'all or between?
That she was open to threesomes with Martell. Had he stopped cheating with?
Not with you though.
No. That was a conversation, but I felt like, why we keep talking about this? Y'all talking about how y'all were in a hotel room and y'all started having sex and your was in the bed next to you.
Who talked about that? I'm sorry. Who had a conversation about something like that?
Y'all had a conversation with me about that.
I ain't had no conversation with you about that.
Of course you haven't.
No, I have not.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I have not.
Okay.
No.
Martell, is that true? Whatever Destin said. No, honestly.
So did it happen? Did y'all start having sex in the room with her? In the bed?
Honestly?
And she woke up and said, I know y'all not.
Okay, I be forgetting, so I believe you though, Destin.
I don't remember nothing like that happening
But,
at all.
okay, but the thing is this.
And I'm actually taken aback.
So the thing is this, Destiny, when you made that comment on camera, and I want to make sure that if y'all all disagree, then let me know, but it appeared that these two requested a threesome with you
There were
specifically.
conversations, there were situations where it is grooming. For you to have those type of open conversations with people consistently, it's grooming. You asking me to spend a night at your house multiple times. Now you've been witness to that. You can stay over. Like,
Well, I told you need to get your ass up and go home. There was many nights, me, you, Mel, Chris was up, talking, outside, having a good time, and who didn't want to go?
true.
You didn't want to.
And you say, get your ass up and go home. But
And you have spent the night at my house. Like, so what?
And I was
You
nervous.
you were what?
So for me, this is disgusting and confusing. And the way Martell sits up there and says like whatever Destiny says, this is like very, it's it's low key. What do you call it when you sue? Because I believe Melody said, now this is disparaging somebody's character, Maurice, the attorney. I don't know that Melody can prove that she lost any defamation. It's a defamation of her character to some extent. And y'all playing, and you aligning yourself with Martell, who does this on a regular basis. He's the revenge man. So if anybody was doing any grooming, Destiny, it was him. And why are you so mad at Melody and you're not mad at him for grooming you? She acted like she was some little girl. Like, what are these grown-ass people grooming you to do, girl? You the one like seems somewhat obsessed with this lady out here doing everything she does, only very poorly. Anyway, Ken and Trisha, child. I guess this is the first half of Ken and Trisha. Um, Trisha looks a straight fool with that yellow wig on. Some of y'all are not wig girls. Please stop. Why is she wearing that? It wouldn't look good on no complexion. It looks like a Raggedy Ann doll hair. It's terrible. Boo. Not good. She sit down and, then Martell does this thing where he gets up and pretends to walk off in his little tight pants. Ken look a little tight in his clothes too. And he look a little tight in his neck. And he look a little tight around his forehead where those veins are popping out. But Ken wanted to be on this show, not Trisha. This was his idea. So he's low-key here for it. Ken and Marquez. They are excited to be on the show. I can't wait for Marquez. He's my favorite, what do you call it? Guilty pleasure on this show. Carlos, they sat down and he started asking Trisha questions right in front of her man. Carlos asked Trisha, have you ever had sex with Martell? She said, no. But her head says yes. Have you and Martell ever kissed? No. What was the other question? Has Martell ever sent you a dick pic? No. Why she nodding yes? Is that normal? No. Don't you go no. No, 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 no. No, she said no. I'm not no body language expert, but I know that's not how that's supposed to work. Repeatedly, she did it. Then, Martell thinks it's funny to say he slept with Trisha. Ken don't think that's funny. I don't know. We don't think it's funny. We think it happened. She was sitting there, she went over there to have a conversation with him a few times, maybe. I don't remember because she doesn't remember things. She does remember that she sat there with him and they talked about his marriage and how he still loved his wife and how, I don't know, he didn't hit on her. He didn't make a pass at her. He didn't do nothing. She just came over there, sat down. I don't know if there was a movie or not. We have to wait next week for those details. So that's where they left us. Next week, we get to hear what Marquez has to say, honey. Him and Kate are going to be going at it. And then Carlos introduces us to a surprise guest that's probably Stormy, based on, the way she was corseted up and things. And, Stormy like a good liposuction and reconstruction. So until then, y'all, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye, y'all.